I was in healthcare for 15 years. I started three income streams this year alone in the first 6 months of 2025. I was able to resign from my job after committing to this process for 1 year. Okay, in less than a year, I was able to walk away from my job. I am now able to travel more than I ever have. I eat out more than I ever have. And I'm living life on my own terms. And let me tell you exactly what I did. So the first thing I had to do was to get out of my own way. When I tell you that I was terrified, I was scared to do any of this because I did not know anything other than going into work, working at the same job until I retire. All of the things that I was told that I was supposed to do, right? Except I still didn't feel fulfilled after doing all of those things. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give it one full year. Okay. And I gave it one full year. And less than a year later, I was able to fire my job. I started simple service based businesses, right? I learned simple service based skills. So essentially, what that means is I learned how to monetize my own life experience. So the things that I already know, the things that I've experienced in my life. So, and I mean anything, whether it's substance abuse, whether it's knowing another language, losing weight, gaining weight, whatever it is, if you have done it, if you have solved it for yourself, if you have learned it, you can monetize it. And I was still at work when I started all of this. So, literally, I would recommend starting your second stream of income while you were at work. Once your second stream of income gets rolling, then you start your third. Once you start getting a few income streams up under your belt outside of that 9 to 5, then you can start thinking about leaving. And it took me 3.5 years to get to my first sale, but it is now taking my mentees 4 weeks because they now have my experience to go off of. So when we do our one-on-one onboarding call, that's going to give us the opportunity to get to know each other. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions because I want to know exactly where you are in life right now, where you are aspiring to be, what are your goals. And based on the information that I get from me talking to you, then I'm going to put a plan so that I can meet you where you are, right? Because if you've never done this before, I don't want it to be overwhelming for you, which is the reason why I'm there to support you. So I am going to take the information that you gave me and decide where we need to start from in the strategy. The strategy is the strategy, right? The strategy is going to strategize every single time, but I'd like to meet my mentees exactly where you are. If you are a more independent type of person and you don't need the one-on-one or the group coaching, you can use any of my cheat codes that are at the top of my profile to get started. And you can start learning these